Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about LeBron James' eldest son, Bronny, and the path he's on that may eventually lead him to the NBA. But before we get into that, let's take a step back and remember how far LeBron has come. When he was just a budding high school basketball talent, LeBron graced the covers of magazines and newspapers, telling the story of the American dream, a life moving from poverty to prosperity. And we all know how that story turned out. LeBron has since fulfilled those promises in Cleveland, Miami, and Los Angeles. He's won NBA titles and MVP awards, and even landed movie roles. He's got his own production company and is worth a reported $1 billion. To top it all off, he's got a loving wife and 3 children. Now, let's talk about his eldest son. He's already showing signs of following in his father's footsteps with a promising basketball career. But as we all know, the road to the NBA takes work. That's why his son needs to enjoy the ride simply. Sure, there will be ups and downs, but that's all part of the journey. We'll see him on the cover of magazines and newspapers, just like his dad. We're going to talk about what it's like to be the child of one of the most famous people in the world. Specifically, let's focus on LeBron James' son, Bronny, and his aspirations of becoming an NBA player. For those who don't know, Bronny is 18 years old, the same age that LeBron was when he decided to turn pro and enter the NBA draft out of high school. Of course, the league has rules that don't allow for that these days, but it's still an interesting point of comparison. So, how is Bronny doing in his pursuit of an NBA career? Well, it's still early days for him, but the results have been mixed. And while he may not end up being one of the best players of all time like his father, he's already earned his fair share of accolades. That's something that the sons of other legends like Michael Jordan haven't been able to achieve. It's worth noting that the pressure of being the child of a famous parent can be heavy. It's also an opportunity to learn from the best, especially in Bronny's case, as he's been able to watch his father's journey. He needs to enjoy the journey, learn from his father's experiences, and make his way. Recently, NBA analyst and LeBron's former teammate Richard Jefferson tweeted that Bronny would be the second best shooter on the current Lakers roster. He also released one of Bronny's most recent highlight videos, in which the teenager scored 31 points in his senior season debut with the esteemed Sierra Canyon High School. That's quite a compliment, especially considering that the Lakers are currently struggling. Bronny has also received praise from other NBA veterans and analysts, such as Jamal Crawford and Stephen Curry. Being the child of a legend comes with its own set of challenges. How can one truly live up to the expectations of a father like LeBron James? LeBron has said that he regrets naming his son after himself because of the pressure it puts on him. LeBron has mentioned that he hopes to team up with Bronny at the end of his NBA career. But for Bronny, who is a 6'3" guard, it may be a stretch. Bill Simmons and Brian Windhorst recently discussed this on a podcast, and they believe that Bronny has a chance to play in college for multiple years and then potentially make the league as an athletic defensive guard who can shoot threes. It's important to remember that it's still early in Bronny's career and too early to judge. However, one thing is for sure, the basketball world will be watching closely to see how Bronny develops and if he can live up to the expectations set by his father. For Bronny, is being the son of LeBron James a blessing or a curse? As the son of one of the greatest players of all time, LeBron James, there's no denying that Bronny has some big shoes to fill. But what do experts think of his game? Recently, Brian Windhorst said he plays the game the right way. While that may be true, it's not exactly a ringing endorsement. It's still early in his career, and it's hard to say if that will be enough to make it in the league and live up to the high expectations. When Bronny was 9 years old, Ohio State men's basketball coach Thad Matta even joked about offering him a scholarship. By the time he was 12, he had reportedly received other scholarship offers. He's already signed deals with Nike and Beats by Dre and has millions of followers on Instagram. Even Ken Griffey Jr., who knows what it's like to be the son of a sports legend, has said he'll be at the game when Bronny and LeBron team up for real. But being LeBron's son comes with a lot of attention, and attention doesn't guarantee a successful career. Talent, skill, and hard work ultimately make a player successful. Bronny is considered a 4-star talent, ranked in the mid to lower double digits in his class. And of course, there are doubters like LeVar Ball, who has 3 sons in the NBA and G League. Ball has previously said that the pressure of having a superstar parent is too much for anyone to bear. It will be interesting to see how Bronny's career develops, and if he can live up to the high expectations of being LeBron James' son. As LeBron James inches closer to surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time NBA scoring record, there's one thing that's keeping him motivated to play into his 40s: the chance to play alongside his son, Bronny. "I gotta be on the floor with Bronny," LeBron told ESPN. "I would love to do the whole Ken Griffey Sr/Jr. thing. That would be ideal for sure, being with him, spending a full year with him in the same uniform. That would be the icing on the cake." For those of you who are too young to remember, the Griffeys played together for the Cincinnati Reds back in the 90s and even hit back-to-back home runs in one game. Before we start planning the father-son duo's debut, it's worth noting that Bronny still has a year before he's eligible for the NBA and is currently weighing his options, with college being his preferred route. Last August, LeBron signed a whopper deal with the Lakers, worth $97.1 million over 2 years, with a player option for 2024-25. When asked about the possibility of playing alongside his son, Bronny, in the future, LeBron replied, "We don't discuss it. I tell him to do the work and chase his dreams of playing in the NBA. Meanwhile, I'll just be waiting for him to join me on the court." LeBron fans should be in no worry. We've got a little bit of time before that happens, since Bronny's not eligible for the NBA until 2024, when LeBron will be pushing 40. As for Bronny's plans, he's leaning towards the college route, but we'll see what the future holds. Of course, Dad is wanting Bronny to play on the same court eventually, maybe on the same team, said Bronny's mother, Savannah James. "But for me, I just want Bronny to be happy. If you're happy playing in gaming competitions in Long Beach, then that's what I want you to do. If you're happy being a franchise player for an NBA team, that's what I want you to do." So there you have it, folks. The James family is just like any other. They want their son to be happy, whether that's on the court or in a gaming competition. And who knows, maybe we'll see a James-James duo in the future. For now, let's just enjoy the idea of it and see where Bronny's journey takes him.